Hello, Lake County residents, and welcome to another episode of Man About Town. Today, our guest is Denise Loustalot, candidate for District 3 Supervisor. Hi, Denise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit, where are you from?
Well, I am from right here in nice Lake County. My family resided here back in 1958. I was actually born in Napa and moved up here permanently when I was 10 in 1980 and have been here ever since.
And so you went through our local school system as well?
I did.
Excellent. And so tell us a little bit, you're running for District 3 Supervisor. Tell us what area is that?
The largest area, the largest district that is in our county. It encompasses from the county line by Walker Ridge to New Long Valley, Spring Valley, Clear Lake Oaks, Nice, Glen Haven, Lucerne, Upper Lake, and some of Pillsbury.
Excellent. And just curious, so you're going to, going for District 3 Supervisor, what are some of the needs that are in these areas that you would like to address?
I would like to address economic development. I would like to address code enforcement. I would like to address every aspect of this becoming a thriving thoroughfare from I-5 to 101 and all the way up to Highway 1, because people have to travel from that area going even to the coast, and I want them to find out how beautiful we are and stop and enjoy us.
So Denise, you are a local business owner. What are some of the needs you're going to address for the community here?
Well, I definitely know how to grow jobs. In 2010, my husband and I opened our facility on Lakeshore Drive, and we had 3 of us that opened that facility. We are now a workforce of up to 28 between both businesses. So I can grow jobs in Lake County, and I can bring that to District 3 to help the businesses and the community thrive. That's my main goal for us.
Yeah, as we look in our communities, we see more and more empty buildings, once a thriving area. What do you see in the future here?
A thriving area.
Excellent. I'd like to hear that. Would you like to talk a little bit about farther north?
Farther north, I think the farther north you get, the more beautiful it gets. You get into more land, less populated, and I think we could do lots up there with the area that it is, the Blue Lakes area, and even on up further.
And with that being said, we talk about our lake and maybe in our lake in general. What do you think in the future? I mean, what can we bring to this area to make businesses stronger along our lakeside?
Well, we can always work on revitalizing the lake. And the beginning of that stage is happening right now with the $15 million that just came for the Middle Creek project. That restoration project has been in the works for quite a long time. It's probably going to need more funding than what we've received already, but that is the first step to restoring our lake, I believe.
And where does that funding come from?
That grant came from Aguilar Curry, and she worked diligently at getting that grant for us, as so did Supervisor Steele. So with that being said, there's more avenues and more ways to do that once I'm elected.
And Aguilar Curry, she's a representative?
Correct.
In what district?
Our district for the state.
For
our
the
state representative,
okay,
correct.
Our state representative. So you've stated that you want to work for the people. Can they get in touch with you?
Yes, they can. I have a website, deniseforsupervisor.com. And I also, my cell phone number is area code 707-350-0714. You can also reach me at either of our businesses, Enterprise Towing or Big O Tires in Clear Lake. And this is what I really need from District 3 citizens. I need you to come out and meet with me. I will come to you if necessary. I really want to know what your concerns are and your needs are so that that can become my agenda, because the platform is the people's work, and that's what I want to do.
So you're here for the people. Well, Denise, we appreciate this time you've given us. We're coming live here from Nylander Park, and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Lake County residents. We are here with District 3 Supervisor candidate E.J. Crandell. E.J., tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Thomas. Well, of course, my name's E.J. Crandell. However, it stands for Eddie James Crandell. I've lived here in Lake County since 1988. I live here in Lucerne. This is where I live at. I grew up on Robinson Rancheria. It's also in the district. It's one of the 3 tribes that are located in the district. I graduated from Upper Lake High School, where I played baseball and football. I also coached the high school team as well, for the varsity high school team for 2 years. I served in the U.S. Army for 6 years, active duty, and 2 years reserves. I served in Iraq in 2003 and 4. I spent a year in Korea. I worked in artillery and aviation. Once I got out, I worked for my tribe in different capacities, working in the education center, working on the tribal government. I've been immersed in government for quite some time when it comes to, the tribal aspect of it. And I worked in positions of workforce development and things of those nature, social services. And I've actually, worked in a position where I served as a compliance investigator for a social services program. In that time frame, I ran for an elected position in tribal government and went up against a situation of gerrymandering and things like that. But with that in place, I actually had to suffer certain types of things in life, just like the normal resident here in Lake County. Some folks, they don't have the means to live in where they would like to, or have the opportunities as they do, and I've had to live on unemployment in some instances and use all the services that are needed. And for me as a candidate, I feel like I can really reach the people I know where I've lived the same life that many of our residents have. I've lived a poor life growing up. My mom was a single mother. We lived off of social service programs. We lived on the reservation, and there at a time when initially when we moved there was really no jobs there. I mean, the bingo hall wasn't established back then. The casino came into fruition in around the 90s, so that's where a lot of the job readiness started out for a lot of the native residents of Lake County and actual residents that live in the county. They started working. There's a lot of folks that work at the casino that are just residents of Lake County. But for myself, I just really feel like I'm attuned to the everyday resident, and I'd like to be a voice for them. So that's one of the main reasons I would like to run for this position and then hold it. I serve on the Planning Commission as of right now. I'm the Planning Commission chair, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the work that I do. I enjoy serving people. That's something that I've been accustomed to. My ancestors are from this area. Actually, this town right here that we're in used to be called Shigum, and that's where my ancestors lived at. It means blanket standing, and so for me, now that I live here, as opposed to Robinson, which is called Danoha, for me, it's like I feel like I'm home. So I'm vested, so I feel like I will be a good servant to the community, all of District 3, because actually all of District 3 is where ancestrally my people are from. So I feel like I'd be a good candidate, not only for that, but just because I can relate to a lot of the issues and problems. And of course, my biggest thing is ensuring that folks are safe, ensuring that that they can live a sustainable life. Everybody has a right to that, I feel, and I really am concerned about the health and mental well-being of our community. I know that we have a lot of issues that are at hand there. I deal with it in the current position I am as the tribal chairman of Robinson Rancheria, and our plight is to ensure that the community is healthy first, because anything that we do outside of that, it's like a leaky bucket. You can bring any business or any forum in, and eventually it's just gonna falter because we don't have the community invested into it. So I feel like I can be a voice and of service in a good way for this county. So
you're feeling like you could actually bring the people together to kind of make improvements in your district.
I think I could. I think I have a gift of bringing consensus, but at the same time, I'm relatable. Anybody that I talk to, I've been through that in an empirical manner. I have an associate's degree. I'm furthering my education for my bachelor's, but aside from that, I've lived a life where I've had to learn through the school of hard knocks. Some of the folks that have lived homeless, I've been homeless. I've had to live with family. I'm a first-time home buyer here in Lucerne. So learning all of those new things, I've been able to be a good leader for my tribe because of those type of things. I know where to send some of the folks once they have these challenges, rather than just turning them away or anything like that. I like having solutions or having an answer, and also giving people the opportunity to voice why or why not, and allow us all to come to some sort of compromise, if not make the best choice for the whole community as a whole. So sometimes you're not going to get a compromise, and that's just the way of the world. But at the same time, there is what is and what isn't, and at the end, if something outweighs the other, it's going to happen. And I feel that at least if everyone has their voice heard and is able to be included, that's really the key to everything, for me. So yeah.
Well, you heard it, Lake County residents. EJ Crandell, where's your headquarters located at?
My headquarters is located at 6030 Highway 20. It's right across from this park here. It's in Lucerne. And we opened up Saturday. Our office hours are Thursday from 10 to 2, Friday from 10 to 2, and Saturday from 10 to 2. And you can also set appointments if need be, and I can come in and we can meet that way as well. So, yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Come down, meet EJ Crandell, and thank you, EJ, for that interview.
Thank you, Thomas.
Hello, and here we are at Highlands Park in Clear Lake with District 2 Supervisor candidate Joyce Overton. How are we doing, Joyce?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I been here since 1972. I came here when I was a teenager. I moved down here to Clear Lake probably in 1973. I was up in Lakeport before. Went to work for the Sheriff's Department. Basically just love Clear Lake. My family's here, and so I want to get out here and help make this a better place for us.
And tell us what makes you the best District 2 candidate.
Well, I've been sitting on City Council for almost 14 years. I'm in 13 and a half years here. Started a lot of projects here. I'm kind of the hands-on person. Basically the ground roots, let's get things started. When people want something done here, I'm the one that try to get it done. And I work hard till the end. I'm a hard worker. We needed a youth center here, and it took us many years to get that, but I was there every night for 2 years, basically day and night, trying to get that done. And now we have a beautiful youth center now, and some place for our kids to go. So that was one of the projects I started. Warm for the Winter was another one, because of people that during the winter time are homeless people. It started off being a homeless thing, trying to help them stay warm. But we finally realized that it was more than just homeless that needed it, that a lot of people needed help during the wintertime. So it really became a big, huge county-wide community giving to the community. And that's worked out great right now. The Rotarians, because I didn't want it to go away, I've been doing it for 11 years. And so, things happen to you, and I wanted to make sure that program continued on. So the Rotarians have been nice enough to take that project on. I still help them with it, but they're going to be under them from now on. They did it last year, and it went really well. So we'll just continue it. They'll continue it on. So hopefully it'll be here forever. I like to start the grassroots type projects that pretty much nobody else will want to take on. We've got the community garden open now, which is probably 3/4 of the way full. That had sat there for years. I connected with North Coast Opportunities and collaborated with them. They had a grant, and so they've been nice enough to come over and help get that project going. And we probably got like 23 lots there that are full, and that's been really great. And we're now working on the senior side garden. We got community people volunteering, which we'd love to have more people volunteer to do those. Community center's been painted. That was a collaboration from me and Adventist Health. Brought in some volunteers, and the community people came in and started that. We still need more people to kind of finish that this summer. Hopefully we get that done. If not, I'll be one that'll be there painting. So, I'm really just a down-to-earth. You won't see me dressed up in the suit, because I'm the worker. I'm the worker bee. I get my hands in there, and I'll work right along with you to do and accomplish whatever our community wants to accomplish. So, I'm just the worker. So I feel like I've got the education by doing. I worked I sat on the League of Cities board at the state level. that is a excuse me, an organization that works with our legislators to either amend bills that are hurting cities. I represented the small cities of California, and I was the president of our division, which runs from Cloverdale all the way up to the Oregon border. So I was really overseeing that on a separate, side too. So I worked at the state for 2 years with this organization, changing a lot of legislation. I've been down there fighting for per se our pay station here when they wanted to take the franchise tax fees away from the cities. I was down there at that hearing fighting for us to keep it and to keep our pay station operationable, and we were able to keep some of our money and able to keep our pay station. So that was a big fight with them, because we fought for that for probably a couple of years. But
we definitely thank you for that.
Yeah, we succeeded in that. The 1% tax fee that we have now on our bill that for Mediacom that helps keep the station going. That was a grassroots things that we started while I was the board chair of the pay station. So and it continued on. Sometimes you have to realize it's time for you to leave when you sit on these boards. I'm not the control person and think that I can do everything. I believe sometimes you have to step down in order for things to move on and be successful. So I did step down off the PEG board and put Denise Loustalot in charge of that, and that brought up to where we were able to pass that percent tax through the supervisor's position, because it was really hard to deal with them. We went back, I think, 4 times to try to convince them this was a good thing, and here we are. They finally got on board, and so I fight till the end. I don't give up, and I'll continue doing that as your District 2 supervisor. I feel like there's something out there that needs to be done. We need to get in there and do it, and that's why you won't see me in a suit, and you won't see me taking pictures all the time, because I'm not the showcase, I'm not the photo op person, I'm the doer. And I've done a lot of things that per se I haven't got credit for, but that's okay, because I'm here for the community.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Joyce, for your time, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Here we are with District 2 Supervisor candidate Bruno Sabatier. Bruno, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you believe you're the best candidate for this district.
Well, my name is Bruno Sabatier. I've lived in Clear Lake since 2008. I'm raising a family. I have a wonderful wife who is part of the school district. She's the vice principal of Konocti Education Center. Ever since I came here, I started getting active in my community. I started over at the college, where I became the president of the student body club. Started getting into making events and organizing people and students, and one day decided that I needed to go out into the community. And ever since I made that decision, that's when I've been active in the city and going to our city council meetings, creating events for the community, and just being part of the greater positive movement that's happening here in the city of Clear Lake. I feel that ever since I've been involved, that we have had things moving in a positive direction. I've been involved in Measure V in helping bring our roads. I chaired that committee. I was involved in Measure D to help with the fire stations to be 24-hour covered over in Lower Lake, as well as extra coverage here in Clear Lake. And we are seeing a lot of things happening here in the city of Clear Lake. We have 2 parks that are going to be revamped. We have 5 paving projects already in the works just for this year, and we're going to see this from now on every single year. And I feel that I was really a leader in making some of those changes that happened here. We need that same type of leadership in the county. The county is going through some difficulties, and I think that I can help turn the county around to help lead both Lakeport and Clear Lake into the future. We have a beautiful place here, and I want to make sure that we remain the beautiful destination that we should be inviting everyone to, and we can attract these people here. We really can. We can make those changes.
Excellent. And so you have some political background here in the city of Clear Lake. Tell us about that.
So I've been on the city council since 2014. I was appointed mayor in 2018. But previous to that, my background in politics is I also went to school at UC Davis, where I got my bachelor's degree in political science. And I think that's been important in letting me understand how politics works, how policy works. And I think that's where we've made some really positive changes to making us move forward.
Excellent. Well, you heard it here first. Bruno Sabatier, your District 2 candidate supervisor. Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, folks. You've had a chance to meet all 4 candidates for District 2 and District 3. Don't forget to get out on June 5th and cast your vote. If you haven't registered to vote, you can do so at your local post office. This has been Thomas DeWalt and Man About Town. Thank you.